Hello friends, and happy 2024. Today is the first WIP and chat video of 2024. So I'm going to be doing this a little bit different this time, or this week, because I am going to be including the January book tag questions from JAN-uary. And if you don't know who she is, I feel like you're new to my channel. Go follow her. She's on Instagram, she's on YouTube, she's on all the things. And about 5 or 6 months ago, I did a vlog where I read like Jan for a week. So if you haven't watched that, go watch it. It's a fun time. So let me go over what we are using, what we are doing today. So for anyone who's new here, hi, I'm Neva. This is Reading with Neva, where we diamond paint and chat about books, mom life, all of the things. So for those that do not know what a WIP and chat is, WIP stands for work in progress and chat simply stands for chat. So today my work in progress is a diamond painting. So go ahead, pull out your own WIP, whether that's diamond painting, crochet, whatever that is, and you can join along with me. And let me run over really quick what I will be doing, things I will be using. All of this stuff, it will be listed down below. So today, the painting that I'm working on is The White Rabbit by Hannah Lynn. This is from the Shop Diamond Art Club, and it is a 55.8 by 78.7 centimeter. So it's about poster size. So I'll be working on that. The tray I will be using is I think this is the Rose Gold Glitter from Bijou Bliss Designs tray. It's my favorite tray. My little trash minder and my resin diamond painting trinket tray are both from Amazing Craft Shop. These are both customs. She no longer does customs in her shop, but she does drop things. So I don't know what's in her shop right now or if it's even up. Last I checked, it was on vacation mode, but she should have new stuff coming very soon. Very high quality, love it so much. The pen that I will be using today is my Roll Stop Custom Unicorn pen from Diamond Pen Pal. I also have my Harley Quinn pen that just has a regular placer, single placer in the front. This is just like the brass tip one. This does have some wax in it in case I need it for my AB. So I'll run over the wax I'm using as well. But I also have that pen, but I don't know that I'll be using it. In this I have a single placer from Oh Snap Crafters Cafe, which is where I also get my Oh Snap dots, which is what I have in here. In this one I have the s'mores scent. This is just the regular size of snap dots in my single placer. And then in my 4 placer, this is a multi-placer from Diamond Art Club. I absolutely love their multi-placer. This is a 4 placer. And I have my Hot Cocoa Chonky Oh Snap dots in that. And then in this pen, in this single placer, I have We Wax. This is the Midnight Pomegranate scent from November when I participated in Night Court November. I won this, so that's so fun. So we have that. And then all of these cute release papers, these dragon ones, are from Crafts with Crashly. And the regular white ones are just from Diamond Art Club. So let's go ahead and begin. I will pick a color and we will start. I guess we'll start with pen. So hello, how are you? How have you been? Let me set my timer so that we don't go for 500 years. Now I'm going to talk for about an hour or so. Yeah, I'm going to talk for about an hour, maybe a little bit less, hopefully not a little bit more. But yes, how are you? How is everyone? I hope that you are well. Ari and I have gotten moved, so everything is going pretty swimmingly. We are back to doing, I'm back, from Iowa, from vacation time. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, holiday, whatever holiday that you celebrate. Of course, there's like Hanukkah and Kwanzaa in there as well. but we went to Iowa for Christmas, and it was a great trip. We came back, we moved, and now we're just getting back into the swing of things. Ari starts school, so when I'm filming this, it is Saturday the 6th, and Ari starts back at school Monday the 8th. We went and looked at the school on Thursday, so 2 days ago, and I think it's gonna be great. So that's where we are. All right, so I'm gonna start this WIP and chat. Like I said, this one's gonna be a little bit different. I'm not gonna do a whole bunch of like extra stuff. I'm gonna start with the tag questions, and then if I have time at the end, we'll do updatey stuff. Otherwise, next week will be updatey stuff. So yes, we're gonna start with the JAN-uary tag questions. This is the first year that I've ever done this tag. I wanted to do it last year and then completely ran out of time and never did it. So I thought I would do it in a WIP and chat because I know that I'll do it if I do it that way. So there are 10 questions, and the first question is, what was the last and first, if you remember, book you read last year? So obviously we're in 2024 now. So in 2023, the first book that I read, which I do remember, was Catherine House. We read this for Bestie's book club last year. I gave it 4 or 4.5 stars. I really actually enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't because of the ambiguous ending and it didn't make a ton of sense. I honestly went into this book reading it for vibes, and the vibe for me was there. So that is the first book that I read in 2023. And the last book that I read in 2023 was A Court of Mist and Fury. This book took me like 3 months to read, and it's not the book's fault, it's my fault. I gave this book 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It was a wonderful book, and once I actually finished it, I was so glad that I had taken the time to read it. However, it took me a long time to read because I started it during Amazing Readathon and then got really slumpy between like August and December, and so I was having a lot of trouble concentrating on the book. It really, again, was not the book's fault. It was completely my fault. All right, second question. What is your first read this year? So my first read of 2024 was Fourth Wing. I gave it 3 stars. I didn't think it was awful, but I didn't think it was great. So that's why it got a solid 3 stars. The ending and then also the dragons are really what solidified it for me. Personally, I probably will not be reading Iron Flame. I just don't see myself committing to this series. But I'm glad that I read Fourth Wing and got it out of the way. Also, Ari got to pick my first read of 2024, and Fourth Wing was what she picked. So glad I read it, glad it's over. Yeah, if you want like my full thoughts and everything like that, I did post my review on Goodreads, and I also posted it on my Instagram. Question 3, share 3 of your reading goals this year. So 3 of my reading goals: 1 is to read 100 pages. Not 100 pages, what? No, 1 is to read 100 books. I don't foresee this particular goal changing. I did read like 112 books in 2023. So I read 1 more book in 2023 than I did in 2022, which I think is great. However, I think that a solid goal of 100 books a year is kind of where I'm comfortable, and if I read more than that, cool. If I read less than that, also cool. Another reading goal that I have for this year is to keep up with my reading journal and also keeping up with my reading apps. So this to me goes hand in hand, because when I update my reading journal, I also need to update my reading apps, mostly Goodreads. I know that a lot of people are still using Goodreads, and I got a lot of requests last year to keep up with my Goodreads, and I'm not very good at it because I don't like Goodreads. I don't like the lack of stats. I don't like the interface, but I've made it a goal to myself that every night that when I go in and update my Storygraph, since I'm doing the January Storygraph reading challenge, that I will also go in and update my Goodreads as well. So yeah, so I've set up my reading journal as well because I do actually want to keep up with that. also. And a third reading goal that I have this year is to be listening to books while I diamond paint. So I discovered diamond painting in September of 2023, and it's really become one of my favorite things to do. But I have a pretty bad habit of like watching shows and stuff like that instead of reading books. So one of my goals is to just read more while diamond painting. So currently I'm reading an arc, which I guess that's a fourth goal, but currently I'm reading an arc, and I'm really trying to just read one book at a time. That hasn't worked very well. Now arcs are a little different for me. I will read another book. For instance, like I'm buddy reading a book right now, which I've put on hold because it's not very good, but Kelsey, Reni, and I were all buddy reading Never by Jessa Hastings. Kelsey, I think, has DNF'd it, or at least PNF'd it, which is pause for now. She's at least paused it, but I think she may be DNFing. Reni hasn't started yet, and I have definitely put it on pause for right now. So currently I'm just reading Dungeons and Drama, which is an ebook. What is an e-arc is what I'm trying to say. And I'm really enjoying it, but I don't have it as an audio. It hasn't been released yet, so it gets released I think next Tuesday when I'm recording this. And so I have not, obviously I'm reading that on my Kindle, so I don't have an audiobook going right now, but I do want to find an audio to listen to while I'm painting, especially in the morning time when everyone's sleeping. It's a little bit harder for me to listen to audiobooks while I diamond paint if everyone is awake, because everyone wants to talk to me if they're awake. 3 of my most anticipated titles. This is hard for me because I don't really keep track of anticipated titles or anticipated releases, if I'm going to be really honest. One for sure is the 3rd Crescent City book. I'm really excited for that one. I know that also Emily Henry has a new book coming out. I can't think of what it's called right now, but I did pre-order that one as well, and I'm really excited for that. Otherwise, I don't think I have a third one. Dungeons and Drama. We'll go with that. Dungeons and Drama. I think that it's a YA romance, contemporary romance, and I just think that it's so cute, and honestly I can't wait for like all my friends to read it, because I think for me it's gonna be a 5-star, and I don't really do 5 stars when it comes to YA contemporary, but this one is just at least so far, I'm like, I don't know, 20-something% through, but this one is just so well done, and it really has me like crying, screaming, throwing up, kicking my legs. Like I'm rooting for everyone. It's like fake dating. I don't know, it's just so cute. That I can't wait for other people to read it, and I'm really glad that I got it as an arc because it is absolutely adorable. All right, question 5. Which goals did you reach or not reach last year? Okay, so one goal that I set for myself that I did not reach last year is I actually originally set my reading goal, like my books goal, at 115. And I did not make that. I read 112. I got close, but I ended up like 2 weeks before the end of the year, I just lowered it down to 100, and I was like, you know what, girl, you hit 100. That's good enough. So I guess technically that's a goal that I did not hit. Another goal I didn't hit, which is technically tied into reading goals because it has to do with my booktube channel, is I had wanted to try and hit 600 subscribers, 600 friends on YouTube by the end of 2024, and that did not happen. I think I'm like 15 away or something from 600, which is totally fine. I'm not beating myself up about it, but since the question was there, I thought I would answer it. So those are the 2 main goals that I didn't hit. I guess another goal was I did not keep up with a reading journal last year, but I did keep up with my story graph, so I'm proud of myself for that at least. Question 6. Are there new releases this year you've heard of that you have no desire to read? No. I know the new Magnolia Parks book is coming out, and I really do want to read that. I absolutely love that universe. I need to read the rest of the series, of course. I guess I should have put that in anticipated releases because I did pre-order the Kindle version of that last one. But yeah, other than that, no. I mean, I tend to not pay attention to new releases in general, but I definitely, if it's not a book that catches me for some reason, like, I'm definitely not really going to give it any thought, I guess. If I don't have a desire to read it, I'm just not going to know what it is or pay attention to it. So I guess the answer to that is no. Question 7. What are some reading habits you want to change this year, if any? So one is I want to change trying to make myself a physical book girly. I'm not a physical book girly. I like having physical books. I like looking at them. I like collecting them, but I don't like reading them. I even like buying copies of books that I've read, like on my Kindle. I like doing that, of books that I really loved, like Magnolia Parks. I love that I have a physical copy of that. I love that I have physical copies of the Legendborn cycle. I love that I have physical copies of the Crescent City books because I love all of those books. However, I am not a physical reader. And I think when I joined BookTube, I tried to make myself a physical reader because everyone else around me seemed to be one. And even though I started BookTube as a digital reader and was very like proud of that and was like, yes, I'm a digital reader. I read my Kindle, I read audio. I think I started to feel like I didn't belong on BookTube because I wasn't physically reading books. I mean, and by that I mean with physical books. I don't mean physically like with my eyes. Reading is reading, right? So audio is reading, physical with your eyeballs is reading. And if you choose to do audio, ebook, physical book, that's all reading. But I think in my own brain I was comparing myself. So yeah, that's a thing that I want to change this year, is not trying to make myself into a reader that I'm not. So you probably won't see a ton of physical books on my channel this year unless I already own the book or I purchased the book for a wrap up or something. But you won't be seeing me reading physical books. It's why my vlogs come out the way that they do, is because I feel like people are bored like watching you read your Kindle. You know what I mean? Unless you're doing like a Kindle Unlimited, like specifically like a Kindle themed reading vlog, which I read all of my books either on my Kindle or through audio. So yeah, that's a thing that I want to do this year. I want to change. So yeah, I'm sorry for those that are here hoping that I'm a physical reader, but you're gonna get a lot of digital reading content from me this year just because that's how I read. I don't like taking physical books out of the house, and I also don't like the bulkiness of having to carry physical books. It's just so much easier to carry my Kindle, and yeah, my Kindle and I, we're buddies, you know. I'm an e-reader girly. Question 8. Are there any adaptations you're excited about? So I don't know. Okay, so I do want to watch the Percy Jackson adaptation. I will say that I know that came out in 2023, but I still haven't watched it. So I do want to watch that. And then there's like rumors of an ACOTAR adaptation coming out on Hulu, so I want to finish the ACOTAR series this year so that I can watch that whenever it comes out. I don't even know like when it's slated to come out, but I am really excited for that because I really enjoyed the first 2 ACOTAR books, and I love listening to them as audios. I don't know, they're just so immersive as audios. I might do a reread sometime in the future of them as Kindle books because I do own them all on my Kindle as well, but I just absolutely love them as audiobooks. But those are the only 2 adaptations that I know about. So, I mean, as far as like new adaptations, I do plan on rewatching Daisy Jones and the Six again this year because I just loved it last year, but that's not like a new release, like it came out in 2023. Number 9, favorite bookish memory of last year. Honestly, all of the friends that I made, all of the like readathons that not only did I participate in, but I also like was asked to help host. I don't know, like BookTube and Bookstagram really exploded for me last year, and I don't know, I'm so grateful for all the friends that I made, and the communities that I've become a part of just in the bookish sphere, you know what I mean? So yeah. Also, I mean, if I had to pick like one bookish memory, it would be going and visiting Reni and meeting her in person for the first time. Now, Reni and I knew each other long before I was really part of the bookish community. I think we knew each other 2 years before that. Yeah, because I think we met in 2020. But it was just so fun to be able to like go visit her and hang out and do all the fun things that you do with your bookish friends. And the last question, carryovers from last year that you still plan on finishing. So I completely wipe out my story graph at the end of the year. So any books that I didn't finish, I don't keep them up on my story graph. So I can't even look at my story graph and tell you what books should have rolled over, because I also clear out my currently reading on my Kindle. But I can tell you some series that I want to continue in 2020, whatever year this is, 2024. I want to finish ACOTAR. I want to finish Crescent City, of course, now that we're getting the 3rd book, or at least, you know, catch up. I want to continue the Legendborn cycle, which I guess I could have said that's an anticipated release. Sorry. But I want to continue the Legendborn cycle. I don't remember if that comes out 2024 or 2025, but I do want to continue that. Which means that I need to read the 2nd book in the Legendborn cycle because I haven't read it yet. Yeah, I'm still dragging my feet. Let me think. I want to finish Throne of Glass and like actually finish it now that I don't feel so pressured. I put Throne of Glass down because I was feeling an immense amount of pressure by someone in my life to just get it done and finished. And I'm not one to necessarily read series books one after the next. So I tend to wait on series books. So I'll read like 1 or 2 and then I'll read something else. And then I'll come back to that series and read the next couple and then go to something else. And that's just how I prefer to read series. That's why, like, right now I'm not reading ACOTAR. I've moved on to other books because I have other books that I want to read. I'm trying to think if there are any other series I want to continue. There are a couple of KU series. I don't have, let me see. Let me pull up my note that has all of my series in it, and I can tell you some series that I want to continue. Oh, I do want to read the Wayward Children series. I read the first one, but I think what I want to do is I want to read them all from start to finish, because I'm being told that the best way to read Wayward Children is to read them all as one collective story. So I'm wanting to grab the audios from the library and just read those one after the next, and read them like they're just one story instead of breaking them up into separate novellas. I said ACOTAR already. I said Crescent City. I said Throne of Glass. I do want to read Day of Fallen Night, which is the 2nd book in the Roots of Chaos series. So the first one is Priory of the Orange Tree, which I read last year. I gave it 4.75 stars. Absolutely loved it. And I do want to read Day of Fallen Night. I do own that one physically, but I also have the audio for that. So I do want, oh, actually, I think I might have the ebook too. Honestly, I might have the Kindle version of that one as well. So I do want to read that. I want to read the 2nd Little Thieves book, which is called Painted Devils. I want to read that because here's my anticipated release that well, this is in 2025, but the 3rd book comes out in 2025. So I do want to read, Painted Devils before the 3rd book releases in 2025. And then I want to finish Crown of Nexia, which is, so I need to read Ashes and Star-Cursed King. I want to finish that. I would like to finish Girls of Paper and Fire because I absolutely loved the 1st book. And then Magnolia Parks. I want to finish that entire universe. There's currently 4 books, and then so I've read Magnolia Parks. I need to read Daisy Hates, Magnolia Parks Long Way Home, Daisy Hates The Great Undoing, and then Magnolia Parks Into the Dark is, I believe, coming out in 2024, but it might not be coming out until 2025. So yes, those are the series that I really am wanting to continue. So I guess those are like carryovers from last year, is just because I need to complete those specific series. So those are all of the JAN-uary tag questions. So thank you to Jan for giving us these questions to do. If y'all want to see me do more tags, I definitely can, especially if I like run out of things to talk about during a WIP and chat. I actually really like doing tag questions because it keeps me on track. I kind of ramble sometimes with the questions being asked, but it at least keeps me on track of knowing what I'm supposed to be talking about. So thank you again to Jan. We love Jan on this channel, and I'm so glad that she asked us all to participate in this tag. So I can't wait to do it again next year. So let's transition into some updates. I've already said that we've moved. That's fun. This diamond painting that I'm working on is a carryover from 2023. I started it in December. Like I had put up my Santa Claus painting and decided to do this one because I knew that Santa would not get done before Christmas, and so I was like, well, I'll just pull him out again next year at some point. And yeah, so I knew that that would happen, but this is a carryover. I'm hoping to get it done soon. The other WIP that I have going is this one, which I'll see if I can show you the picture. Wow, thank you so much. Goodbye. Is this one, which is Paint the Moon. I got this one from Mel and Ollie last year for my birthday, so 2023 for my birthday, and I really love it. I think it's beautiful, but it is a square. It's very small. It's pretty small, so I should be able to get it done pretty fast. And then the only other diamond painting that I currently have that is not opened is my 10th Doctor. I think it's just called the 10th. Yeah, the 10th. And that is a Mandy Manzano, my very first Mandy Manzano. And it is of the 10th Doctor from Doctor Who is played by David Tennant. And I want to do that one. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to put in a diamond painting order at some point. And yeah, so let's talk about some diamond painting goals for this year. So this year I plan, one of my goals is to have at least one video a month that pertains to diamond painting outside of my WIP and chats. So this would be like my beginners to diamond painting series. I'm wanting to make at least one video a month in that series, and I have to order some stuff to do it because I don't have any like beginner friendly kits or anything like that right now. But I think in the next couple of weeks I will be putting in a Diamond Art Club order in order to get that done. Yeah, so I want to do one a month. That's really what my goal is. If there's something specific that you want me to cover, let me know. If I don't have the answers, I will find them to put them in a video. But I just thought that a diamond painting for beginners would be good, considering that it's coming from a literal beginner. There's a lot of things that I'm still like learning as I go, so it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be a super professional, like, this is how you do things. There are plenty of those kind of tutorials if you want them, like from someone who's more experienced. I just thought it would be fun to show how I've kind of adapted into the diamond painting world as a beginner, who legitimately just likes the craft and just likes for everyone to follow along and hang out. I don't necessarily have a numbers goal for diamond paintings this year. Last year I completed, I don't know, 14, I think. between September, I think 14 or 15, it's on my Instagram if you want to know exactly how many I completed, between September and December. So I feel like, yeah, I think my goal really is 12. And the reason for this is because I've found that I prefer doing really large paintings. Like, I prefer doing larger scale paintings. And if I'm doing squares take me about twice as long as rounds. So if I can get one painting done a month, I feel like that's good. Now, of course, there's going to be some flexibility with that because I will be doing things like drills and chills. There's a dragon, I think it's a dragon thing, a dragon themed event in March that Dragon Wing Diamonds is doing. Mackenzie? Is that right? Mackenzie? From Dragon Wing Diamonds is doing, that I plan on participating in that, which is going to be so fun. And that's, like I said, in March, which I will probably be doing some Randall Spanglers for that. And then, yeah, and then of course, like for my beginners series, I'll be doing smaller scale paintings just because it's for beginners. Like, I'm showing y'all how to do it and like the best way, in my opinion, to start. So yeah, I will be doing some smaller scale paintings probably throughout the year as well. So I'm sure I'll get more than 12 done. But my goal for now is to complete 12. So it's to complete one painting a month, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, but otherwise everything here is pretty straightforward. We are just, you know, living our best in the new year of 2024. We are getting situated, we are getting ready for everything new and exciting and everything like that. I'm really excited for content that's coming in 2024. I'm going to be moving memberships over to Patreon. So as far as pricing and perks and stuff, none of that will be changing from the memberships, but I'm having some issues with the YouTube memberships and I just don't really want to mess with it. Also, Patreon seems to be a bit more popular. People seem to like Patreon a bit more, and I know how to use Patreon. That's the other thing. Like, I know how to upload things to Patreon and all of that. So I will be moving Patreon over in the next week or so. Honestly, after I get off this recording, I will probably go set it up and announce that it's set up. So it'll still be the same stuff. So if you want to follow me over there instead of doing memberships, I hope that you will do that because that would be awesome and so fun. I want to bring out some new merch in 2024. So if anybody has ideas of like what kind of merchandise you'd like to see, let me know. If I have to look into some other ways of doing merch, I will, but for now I'm still doing it on Bonfire. Let me think if there's anything else. Thank you to everyone who sent Christmas gifts for me and Ari. We truly appreciate that. It's so nice of everyone to want to send us things. I have changed the shipping address to where we're actually living now. So if you choose to send us anything else, it will get sent to where we're actually living and not to where we were going to be living. So we'll get it a bit more quickly. But yeah, I wanted to acknowledge that we really do, at least I really do appreciate y'all like taking the time to support us and want to send things for us and everything like that. So I want to say thank you for that. And yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about. I've been watching 90 Day Fiance as per usual. We have a new season of 90 Day The Single Life. So if you don't know what The Single Life is, basically people from the 90 Day franchise that are single are on that show, so it's following them. So this season we have Natalie, who used to be married to Mike. We have, well, I mean, technically they're still married, I think. Actually, I think technically they're still married. They're just like separated, right? So we have Natalie, we have Chantel, which I don't know, wow, how I really feel about Chantel at the moment. I didn't really like her that much when she was just on like regular 90 days, so I don't really know how I feel about it right now. She's about my age, or is my age, but I don't know, something about her annoys me. So Chantel, we have Victoria, is that her name? She was the one that's, you know, best friends with Tim. Like, they used to date, and then they didn't. So Tim, we were introduced to her because of Tim. That's the whole thing, is Tim came on 90 Day Fiance. He was going to like Brazil, I think, to meet his fiance. Obviously didn't work out, but like that's basically what happened. And then I'm trying to think who else. Debbie, we have a new Debbie, not Colt's mom, which is who I know of as Miss Debbie, but this is a different woman. I'm wondering if she was on like before the 90 days or something, and or 90 Day the other way. I'm a little bit behind on a couple of the older shows, like the older spin-offs, so I'm trying to catch up on everything. But I've never seen her before, so I don't know which spin-off she was on, because she wasn't on the regular 90 Day, because I'm caught up on that. So I'm gonna try to find out. But she, you know, she was like in her 60s, and she was with like a 20-something-year-old man. He scammed her, all of that, but she seems like a gem, honestly. I love most, there have been some exceptions, but I've loved most of the older women that are on 90 Day Fiance. Like, they bring so much personality to the show. I've also been catching up on the Sister Wives. I know that we're in like season 18. I think I'm on season 12, 13, something. I don't know. I'm catching up quickly, but I watched basically from where I remember leaving off, which was back when Mary was dealing with the catfisher. Excuse me, I'm gonna just get a drink. But that's where I left off, was right after she told her family that she was being catfished. And it's just watching I needed to watch everything unravel, because throughout the years I've heard, you know, that their family has fallen apart and wives have left, and, you know, Christine got remarried and things like that. But I really needed to see things happen on my own. And it is heartbreaking watching everything kind of unravel and fall apart. It makes me really sad for them, to be honest, because I think that a lot of people, including me, we see them and they're not like this, like what people assume polygamy is, right? So we had hope, like we have hope for them, and it seems that it's just unraveled, and it's sad. It's heartbreaking for the 18 kids, especially because like we really see Cody just loving his kids, and you know, everything's about the kids and everything like that, and now it's so hard to watch it just falling apart. But yeah, I've been watching that as well. And then of course I'm still watching Hell's Kitchen. It went on a little bit of a hiatus during like the Christmassy time, which I noticed. So I do have an episode that's pending from Thursday, because today, like I said, is Saturday. So I do have a show that's pending from sorry if you can hear Ari in the background, she's getting jammies on. But yeah, there is a show, I'm sorry, there is an episode pending, so I don't know, I haven't given a ton of updates on this because I don't want to ruin anything in case people are watching it like in real time, or doing like what I'm doing and watching it the day after it comes out on Hulu. And there's nothing ever really to talk about. It's a competition show. So if you don't know who's participating, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to go into a lot of detail about it. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I'm almost done with my little section here. But thank you so much for joining me in our first WIP and Chat of 2024. We love it here, you know what I mean? So there will be this week, my pending schedule is 3 videos a week. So on Mondays you will get WIP and Chats, like what you're seeing now. On Mondays you'll get WIP and Chats. I'm gonna move on to this next section while I'm wrapping up. Mondays you'll get WIP and Chats. Wednesdays will be some kind of Kindle related video. So this can vary. So this is going to be either like a reading vlog. This would be like a reading vlog, or one of my so a reading vlog of some style. That could be a 24-hour challenge. That could be reading my friend's favorite books videos, which I am working on one of those right now. I'm working on Breeze. Or like a weekly reading vlog. It's like a behind the scenes reading vlog, like that kind of thing. That'll be Wednesday. And then Fridays will be my whippin' covers, whippin' sings. I'm not really sure what to call it, so pick one. Like, let me know in the comments if it should be called a whippin' cover or a whippin' sing. But that's basically where I diamond paint and sing for you. So the setup will look a lot like this. It'll look a lot like this, but I will be singing instead of chatting, you know? So those ones are usually 3 to 5 minute videos. So it's just me diamond painting for 3 to 5 minutes while you listen to me sing. But it's been requested by my darling friend Nell to bring those back, because when I was on sprints with her last week, I said WIP and Chats will be coming back, and she said, oh, are those the ones where you sing? And I was like, well, no, but I could bring those back. So I'll be bringing those back since it's been requested. I didn't know if people actually enjoyed those or not, so I only did a couple of them at the end of the year when I just was feeling kind of slumpy, like creative wise. I felt a bit slumpy, so yeah, so I uploaded a couple. If you want to go check those out, I think there's two, maybe 3 up. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing as far as that goes. I'm going to attempt to stick to the schedule. Saturdays will be my recording days. Obviously with like vlogs and stuff that go up on Wednesdays, that's going to be a little bit different because I'm not going to record a vlog all in one day. But they'll go up on Wednesdays is my plan. So basically, like, say that I get, oh shoot, okay, there we go. Say that I get a vlog done on a Thursday, right? So say that I finished a vlog on Sunday. It would be just edited and then scheduled for Wednesday. So vlogs and Kindle videos, so any Kindle related videos, pros and cons videos, what's on my Kindle videos, reading Kindle Unlimited books for a week, or whatever. Those kind of videos will always go up on Wednesday. And so I probably won't give a lot of like dates for those. Like, I'm probably not going to tell you like what the date is or what the day is or anything like that. I'll just film them, and then that way, no matter what Wednesday they get uploaded on, it won't like age the video, if that makes sense. But WIP and Chats will always be Mondays, and WIP and Covers, WIP and Sings, whatever working one we're going with on that, will always go up on Fridays. That way I have a consistent schedule with that. So yeah, that is really all that I have for now. Thank you so much for watching. All of my links are down below, so if you want to be friends somewhere other than YouTube, if you don't, that's fine too. But if you do, I believe, I know my Instagram's down there. My TikTok is probably down there as well. So come follow me on TikTok. Come follow me on Instagram. I hope to upload more to TikTok this year. I don't know. I'm not very good at TikTok, so we'll see how that goes. And then, let me think, what else? Other links that are down below. Amazon wish lists for both me and Ari. My Diamond Art Club wish list is down there if you want to help purchase whatever I'm thinking of. If you want to contribute to my diamond painting life, that's down there. My Buy Me a Coffee link is down there. My Patreon link will be down there as soon as that is set up. So lots of links. Go check them out. I also have like an Everand link down there that I think it gives you a free month. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it gives us both a free month of Everand, which used to be Scribd. Okay. And I don't know what other links are down there, but there's lots of links, so go do that. I also always tag some of my bookish friends. I always tag whoever is mentioned in videos, and I will tag all of the stuff that I use down below as well. So pens, Diamond Art Club kits, trays, all of the stuff if you want to go check out people's Etsy shops. So again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate having you all here, and I will see y'all in the next one. So happy reading and happy diamond painting. Bye.